Hi friends, it's Thursday. We're going to jump right into our math today. I'd like you to get out your math packet. In today's math packet, we are going to start with page 10. Page number 10 in your math packet today. On page number 10, you'll see what we're working with. Page number 10, we're working with word problems. All these problems that we will be solving today involve numbers and words. Question number 1, let's get started. Tony has 37 blocks, 37 building blocks. He buys more blocks. Does it tell us how many more blocks he bought? No. So I'm going to put a box, a blank box, because we don't know how many more blocks he bought. Here's a clue of whether we will use addition or subtraction. This sentence says that Tony buys more blocks. When you see the word more, it's going to be an addition sentence. So he has 37 blocks. He bought some more. We don't know how many he bought. And now he has 51 blocks. We need to figure out how many blocks did he buy. I'm going to use my count up strategy that I used a few days ago in order to solve this problem. Remember, I'm trying to figure out how many blocks did he buy. He started out with 37. I'm going to use the count up strategy and I'm going to count how many blocks it took me until I got to 51. 37 blocks, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. It looks like it took him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He started out with 37 blocks. He bought 14 more blocks, and now he has 51 blocks. I used the count up strategy. I started with 37. I added my dots until I got all the way to 51. And when I added up how many dots I used, I got 15. So for number 1, we're going to write in, not 15, 14. We're going to write in the number 14 for number 1. He bought 14 blocks. Number 2, we will also use the count up strategy. There are some chairs in the art room. Does it tell us how many chairs? No, it does not. So I'm going to put an empty box. We don't know how many chairs there were. Mrs. Lopez brings in 16 more chairs. I know that that word more means I'm going to add. How many more did she bring in? 16 more. Now she has 42 chairs in the art room. I need to know, how many chairs did she start with? I'm going to use the exact same strategy that I used before. I'm going to take the lower number and I'm going to count until I get to 42. That will let me know how many chairs she started out with. This is the count up strategy. So I start with 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Wow. Okay. What I did right here is I took 16 and I kept counting all these dots until I got to 42. Let's see how many dots it took me. It took me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. So, she started with 26 chairs, she brought in 16 more chairs, and she ended up with 42 chairs. So I'm going to go back to my worksheet for number 2 and write 26. She started with 26 chairs. All right, question number 3. Jen has some buttons. We don't know exactly how many buttons she has, so I'm going to leave this blank. She has some buttons. Then she gets 23 more. I know it's an addition problem. 23 more buttons from her mom. Now she has 65 buttons. How many buttons did she start with? Well, let's take a look. All right, we need to figure how many she started with. For this problem, instead of using the count up strategy, I'm going to use another strategy. I'm going to take the 65. That's how many buttons she ended up with. Remember, at the end, she ended up with 65 buttons. And I'm going to subtract the 23 that her mom gave her. This is how many total buttons she has. This is how many buttons her mom gave her. When we take away the buttons that her mom gave her, we'll be able to see how many buttons she had by herself at the beginning. 5, take away 2, 5, 1, 2, that gives me 3. I'm sorry, take away 2, or take away 3 would be 2. 6 take away 2 would be 4. She's got 42 buttons at the very beginning before her mom ever gave her any. So let's go back to question number 3 and let's type in 42. She started out with 42 buttons. Okay, last one we'll do together. The remaining ones on this page will be all you to complete by yourself. Colby, we're on number 4. Colby packs 31 boxes in one day. Okay, this is how many boxes he packs in one day. He packs 12 boxes in the morning. He packs 12 boxes in the morning, and he packs some boxes after lunch. We don't know how much. How many boxes does Colby pack after lunch? Well, let's zoom in here. He packs 31 boxes total, all together. He starts by packing 12 in the morning, and we don't know how many he packs at lunch, but we do know that the bottom two numbers, what he packs in the morning and what he packs after lunch, should equal the top. Remember, this is the total. These are the parts. He packs 12 in the morning. We don't know how much he packs after lunch, but we do know that he ends up with 31 packed altogether. Let's do the count up strategy for this one. Let's take our 12 and count all the way up until we get to 31. Let's see how many dots it takes for us to get there. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So we've got 6 dots in the first row, 6 in the second, 6 right here. So we've got 6, 12, 18, 19. So we know that after lunch, he packed 19. So I'm going to go back onto my paper. Number 4, he packed 19 lunches, and I use the count up strategy again for that. You'll need to finish number 5 and number 6 by yourself. All right, last thing we'll be working on today is page number 11 of your packet. Page number 11. I'm going to skip the first one because it looks like it was done for you. I am going to go to number 2. I'm writing number 2 on my board, 37 plus 53. 37 plus 53. Now, one way that I can solve this for number 2 is I can take 37 plus 53. I can start with my ones. I've got 7 ones in this number, and I've got 3 ones in this number. I'm going to add 7 plus 3. 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 plus 3 is 10. Now I'm going to add the tens. I've got 5 tens in this number and 3 tens in this number. 5 tens plus 3 tens, that's 8 tens. 8 tens equals how much? Well, if I have 8 tens, these are 10 sticks, I'd have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. What I did is I added my tens together, 3 tens and 5 tens. That gave me 8 tens, or 80. 80 plus the 10 that we got from 7 and 3 over here, 80 plus 10 more gives me 90. So I bunched some of those numbers together, started by adding up my ones from each number, that gave me 10. My tens from each number, that gave me 8 tens, or 80. 80 plus 10 more equals 90. So I'm going to go back to my worksheet. Number 2 is 90. Wow, don't let number 3 scare you. I know it looks long, but I'm going to show you a strategy that might help you when you have a number sentence that seems extremely long. We have 20 plus 8 plus 40 plus 2. I'm going to bunch some of these numbers together by adding them together. You know what I see when I look at this? The first thing that I notice is I notice this 8 and I notice this 2. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to add these together, because remember, this is an addition sentence. We see those plus signs. I'm going to add the 8 and the 2 together. And when I add the 8 and 2 together, 8, 9, 10, 8 plus 2 is 10. Okay, so now we're done with those two numbers. We added them together. All we have left to do is add 40. Well, what's 40 plus the 10 that we just did? Well, 0 plus 0 in the ones is 0. 4 plus 1 is 5. So now I'm up to 50. I can get rid of this 40. I just used it. The only number we have left is this 20 up here. So I'm going to add it down here to the bottom to the 50 that we already have. When I add my ones together, I get 0. When I add my tens together, I get 7. So the answer to our problem, this very long addition problem, is 70. Let's go back to our worksheet and type that in for number 3. We'll try to do one more quick one. Hopefully it doesn't cut us off on our video. Number 4, 28 plus 42. I'd like us to start by adding the ones together first. When we add the ones together, 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. Bye-bye. We already used you. We've got 10. But what we haven't done is we haven't used these 4 tens over here and these 2 tens over here. So I'm going to add the 2 tens plus the 4 tens. I know that 4 plus 2 is 6. But that's not just 6, that's 6 tens. 6 tens is the exact same thing as 60. So I just added these two numbers together. That got me 60. 2 tens and 4 tens got me 60. So my new number sentence is 10 from the 8 and the 2 plus 60 from the 2 tens and the 4 tens. When I add my ones together, I get 0. When I add my tens together, I get 7. So I need to go back to my worksheet for number 4 and put in 70. I'd like you to finish the rest of page 10 and 11. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to send me a dojo message. Good luck!